Please follow the code of conduct. Mayam nopi ganu, khigatpi ganu. Manipur ki saktam. Manipur ki saktam. No separate administration. Implement NRC. Implement NRC. Mr. Prime Minister, wake up, wake up. Mr. Prime Minister, wake up, wake up. Imalibak Manipur na.
Mi uang angam begini. Kasi kayo ba? Idea. Try to.
Organizing committee Meitei Nupi Lup tadi hana haizari. Please follow the conduct of conduct.
स्पीकर बोलना बोलते हो स्पीकर
Mayam settle am tataw biyu thuna protest pataw zarage.
Hello. Hello, hello. 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 Hello, hello. Hello, hello.
Hello, hello.
Hello. Hello, hello. Kurumjari Mayambu, I'm Roshni Maisnam.
And I am Tim Thaunokzam.
It has been more than 50 days since Manipur is burning. Since 3rd March, the people of Manipur have been living in a war-like situation. Over 100 people have lost their life and more than 60,000 people have been displaced. I could feel the pain and the agony which the displaced people are going through because my own family has been one of the victims on the 3rd March. School, colleges and sorry, it's 3rd May, apology. And school, colleges, all services are closed down in Manipur right at this moment. You can say that Manipur has come to a standstill. Security forces are deployed by the government, but still, in every nook and corner of Manipur, the firing, killing of people is still going on. Unending gunfiring, bombing happen engulfing the sky of Manipur, yet the Prime Minister of the largest democratic country of India has been silent and not made any appeal for the restoration of peace. Today we have come together under one roof to protest against the violence of the narco-terrorists and illegal immigrants who have been responsible for the war-like situations in Manipur.
Protest asi start tawdringaida hodringaida akhoi 3rd May da thokliba thokdok asi da laikhidraba athobasingi damakta akoina respect honor ki oina 2 minutes silence isa gi lairiba mafam da lepkhatlaga we will pay 2 minutes respect to those who have lost their life on 3rd of May. Thank you. Please be seated. Before we begin the protest formally, I would like to again reiterate on to maintain the code of conduct. Mayamna nupi kebiga no because misamda media mayam dairi kaigumba akoi asoi ngam yaw batargadi akoi nasu Twitter da uri, Facebook da uri, YouTube ta uri every nook and corner akoi gi aim torakani kitang soi bada aduna mayam asigi se yengaga yamna cheksinna akoi gi kai marangi akoi na sida protest gi la ino haibasi serious mode ni no pakhe bagi matam natte akoi na pami si message si it should reach internationally nationally prime minister state government bhoda yomna bani akoi na sinjari ba protest asi aduna Che Roshni will take over.
Full with water in the beginning, and the hills were surrounding. Any effort to break the territorial integrity of Manipur is non-negotiable. If any attempt is made towards this, I can guarantee there will be bloodshed. Any person who feels the pulse of Manipur, pulse of people living in Manipur, they will agree to this. So our first stand is we have to maintain the territorial integrity of Manipur. Now coming back to the present crisis, how it started. It started from May 3rd at some all tribal students in Manipur protest, supposedly peace protest, but it wasn't peaceful as we all know by now. Point as Honorable Home Minister also said was, and everybody has misinterpreted this High Court order. What the High Court order said was, there is an application filed by Meitei organization to the state government asking for inclusion of Meiteis as ST. This was filed in 2013. The state government did not do anything for 10 years. Then the Meitei organization approached the High Court, and the High Court said, okay, there is an application, you dispose this application by considering the points of the Meiteis. That's all. Court doesn't have any power to grant ST status or not grant ST status. But it has been portrayed as if court has actually given. Court has actually directed the state government to grant ST status. The process is, state government recommend to the central government with all the proofs and everything. It goes to different channels, DZI, and then there is a National Commission for Tribal, and there is Ministry of Tribal Affairs. Through different parts it passes, then it reaches cabinet, cabinet approves, and it comes to parliament, and the parliament procedure, as we all know, 2/3 majority and all that goes, and then the president comes out with the list. This is a long drawn out process, and it hasn't even started. State government hasn't even recommended. It's a very nascent raw state, and the protest is like, as if we have been granted ST status and the land is under, there's going to be taken over by the Meiteis. This kind of feeling has been created, and I can guarantee the process of this elongated process, which will take years, I'm sure. This process is known to the Kuki leaders, also known to the Atsum leaders. They are students union, they must be studying the constitutional process, but nobody clarified this. Nobody clarified, but they used this court order as an excuse to build up violent activities. They used it as an excuse to start the violence in Churchandpur, burning homes, killing people, targeting the Meiteis. Now they see it was instigated by burning of their memorial. This can be, if memorial is burned, you don't have to respond by burning houses, killing people, right? There is a way of responding if something has happened like that. There is a FIR filing process. You can actually capture, there are many ways. But this instigation has now, video has now come out that there is a view that this was created so that excuse to, commit this violent acts against Manipuris are created. They have an excuse for doing all those things. Now this, we can't say anything right now because these are under investigation. The truth will come out. CBI is investigating it. More than, I think, 5,000 FIRs are filed. So this will take time, but ultimately the truth will come out. So this is regarding the present crisis, how it started. Now as regarding why Meiteis are demanding ST status, I'll just briefly mention that. Because there is lots of murky things going on regarding this demand also, that Meiteis are coveting the hill areas and all that. that is not the sole matter. Okay, Meiteis are not allowed to buy lands in the hill areas. This is also a sore point. No problem. Like it is, we admit that. However, as we all know, Manipur consists of about 22,300 square kilometers of land mass, which is very, very small. Out of that, 2,200 is the valley area, the oval shape area. This is the 10% land mass. And around 60% of Meiteis, which is like Meiteis constitute around 60% of the Manipuri population, they stay in this 10% land mass. They cannot buy land in the hill areas. Till that it's fine, but hill area people and outsiders, Indians from mainstream, they can come and buy land in the valley region, 10%, which constitute 10% of the land mass. And ironically, once a ST person buys land in the valley people, they cannot sell it. Say a Meitei sell it to ST person, you want to buy it back, you cannot do that. Nobody knows this. We equally sell. Okay, it's fine. You have to, there's a process of buying it back, but it is almost impossible. You have to take permission from the district commissioner, and district commissioner has to consult the district hill council. So it's like almost impossible. So all this thing, after knowing, we started having a existential crisis. We are staying outside, but we are not sure when we go back, will Manipur will still exist the way it was when we came? How will our children view us if we don't do anything against this? This is a historical blunder, I would say. You know, Manipuris during British time were categorized as an ST. Frankly, I don't know how it was not included as an ST. They say it's because you have converted into Hinduism and all that thing. But Meitei Hinduism is different from the mainland Hinduism. We don't have caste system. We have a totally different, you know, like it's a mixture of Sanamahism and Vaishnavism, which we had adopted. There are, of course, Brahmin and all, which ST are saying, how can Brahmin become an ST? Forget all that. If our demand is not legitimate, you fight it out in the court. You present before the parliament. There are different ways of protesting. This violence is not, you know, like, it is not legitimate at all. Under any situation you view it from any direction, it's not legitimate. We cannot accept this. The demand of Meiteis as ST stands as it is on its own merit. You can fight it out on your own merit. This is not an excuse for violence. Now, when we say present crisis, different issues have also cropped up now, including that of illegal immigrants. We have now say illegal immigrants in our posters also. What we want to convey when we say illegal immigrants is, we are not against all cookies. This is very clear. As I mentioned, tribes and Meiteis have been in existence in perfect harmony, celebrating all festivals. Like the Kut festival is a pure cookie festival, which Meiteis also join in to celebrate. So we are not against all cookies, but yes, Kuki Chin tribes coming from Myanmar, especially the militants, they, through the porous Manipuri-Myanmar border, they have been coming. This has been, it's not recorded, but this we can see obvious changes in the Kuki villages. Like when we see the data, Meitei villages are more or less same size or rather shrinking, but villages of the Kukis, especially in the border districts, they have expanded exponentially, almost 3 times. It's not possible for human population to expand within 30 years of span 3 times. It is very obvious that outsiders have also come in, not recorded, and obviously issued some form of Aadhaar and voter ID by interested people. We don't know. But this is a legitimate fear. We need to investigate this. And if they are outsiders, they should be kept as outsiders. They cannot join in and become citizens of India without following the process of becoming citizens of India. So we say demarcate citizens, non-citizens, give them rights as refugees. but they cannot demand their land as citizens of India and demand separate administration, instigate the innocent villagers. We cannot accept that. So this another protest is against the illegal immigrants. We need to secure our border. We need to stop militants, Kuki militants coming from Myanmar and from Bangladesh. Right now, today also we hear fighting is going on over there. When they fight over there, we feel the impact over here. And if we have a legal means of accepting them, that's fine, like Mizoram has done it seems. Manipur, we don't have any system. We want this system to be in place. And another controversial issue I want to touch is the poppy plantation. Is there poppy plantation? Yes, it's a fact, it's there. One Kuki MLA posted her photo in a poppy field holding the poppy flower. Very apparent, and there are videos circulating. Media people, YouTube channel, one person was going there interviewing them and he's throwing around, this is my poppy, I'm earning this much money. All these things are going around. But other communities are not involved, we cannot say that. And Meiteis are not also squeaky clean in this. There is a nexus between drug cartel, politicians and militants. From where the guns are being sponsored by. Who is funding the guns? From where the money is coming from? It's obviously from drug money. And politician nexus I mentioned because when it was open secret for everybody that militants are helping politicians, we see certain documents nowadays circulating in the social media. One Kuki militant leader openly saying in a press conference, we helped BJP during the election to win elections. They promised to grant our political demand. If you don't grant our political demand, we'll do something else, like threatening. So without any basis, they cannot claim in a press conference like that. And then there is a letter written to Mr. Amit Shah, Home Minister, saying that this Kuki militant, obviously he was caught in a court case, because he was possessing some guns. He was under Sue Protection, Cessation of Cooperation Act, that Cessation of Operation Agreement. He had some illegal guns in his possession. Case was filed against him. During the case, under affidavit, he put a letter saying that, Mr. Amit Shah, I helped you, our organization helped you during the election times. Your Ram Madhavji came, then Assam Chief Minister, he also came. We agreed and helped you win the elections. Now I'm facing this problem in the court case. Help me out. This is a document filed to the court under oath. There is no way to refute this, and the BJP has not also openly refuted this. Very half-heartedly in one press conference, they said, no, we don't have any arrangement. But it seems to be obvious that there was certain arrangement between the BJP Central Party and state also to somehow win the election with the help of the militants. Now, what is the agreement? If that agreement says Kuki demand for separate administration or a Kuki land will be considered and given, then this is not acceptable to us. We demand that the political parties come open, show us what was agreed. Actually, one thing I just noticed in SU also, in the preamble they have agreed. SU is an agreement between Indian government, state government and the militant groups. Around 17 militant groups there are. They have agreed in 2005 to maintain in certain military camps, not to use the guns for violence, for kidnapping and all that, which they are doing now. And they are supposed to stay in that particular camps. Now they are roaming around all free. So they have broken this SU agreement. SU agreement has been broken. We demand immediate revocation of this agreement. And in this agreement itself also, in the preamble, it is mentioned that territorial integrity of Manipur will not be harmed, which they have done. They are trying to harm it by demanding for separate administration. Now, coming towards one more controversial topic of armed forces, especially Assam Rifles, siding with the Kukis. I did some readings on this, and it has been sort of commonly believed, because they have been posted in the hills for years, they have developed certain relationships with tribes, some
some things were taken from both sides with side. And I also like to add one thing: if peace need to be restored, like there should be no bias treatment. When I say bias treatment is because the reason I say bias treatment is because, as you can see, in Churachandpur district, More and Kangpokpi district, you will not find a single house of Meitei community standing. Not only the house has been burned down, we are still trying to digest. Me being a victim, I'm trying to digest myself very how that my house has been completely burned down. When I see, I have a video that not only house is burned down, every house has been bulldozed, made as a plain field. The SD office of the Churachandpur district has been completely burned down. What is the motive behind that? There is not even a single house of Meitei community standing now. But if you go and see in the Imphal Valley, whatever the house has been burned down for belonging to so-called Kuki community, they are still standing tall. Why it is standing tall? Because the law and order has been strictly maintained. Not only that, jo bhi jahan pe loot, if anybody, any miscreant goes there to the Kuki houses which is standing in Imphal to loot, then FIR has been filed. Now my question is, all the houses in Churachandpur district and More district, it has been looted. Not even a single FIR has been filed yet. So why there is a bias treatment? Why the law and order is only to be maintained in Imphal, why not in Churachandpur, More and Kangpokpi district? So if peace to be restored, no bias treatment. Having said that, I would also like to add that if peace to become, both sides, Meitei and as well as Kuki, need to drop down weapons. To drop down weapons, army and state police need to go for combing operation. As I can see many in the news that combing operation has been carried out in Imphal Valley as well as other places. But I cannot find a single report combing operation being done in Churachandpur, More and as well as Kangpokpi district. ये तो बात नहीं हुआ ना कि एक जगह से आप बंदूक लेके खड़ा हो जाओ, एक जगह से आपके हाथ से बंदूक उठा ले, बंदूक लेके चले जाए आर्मी लोग, तो बोले कि आप ठीक है, उन लोग को तो लॉ एंड ऑर्डर उन लोग का फ्री, और यहाँ पे इम्फाल वैली पे जो भी है वो छोड़ दिया बनने के लिए. That is not acceptable. Combing operation, proper combing operation for both sides need to be done. Then only the peace can be restored.
I don't want to end my speech with a bitter note. I want to end with a quote. 3 days back, I read an article in Imphal Preface. It says, in Lablai village, both communities have come together and entered into an agreement not to kill each other, burn each other. And Cookies specifically mentioned, we Cookies don't want this to happen. It is the outsiders instigating us. I recommend this.
No.
These kind of news should be highlighted. Apart from all the killings, I want to see the videos. Horrendous. You can mental depression. I can imagine like just seeing the videos.
काय थर्ड मे पासून आता ऑलमोस्ट 50-60 वर्ष झाले मणिपूरमध्ये व्हायलन्स चालू आहे, जाळपोळ चालू आहे. तर सेंट्रल गव्हर्नमेंटने यावं आणि एक डिव्हिजन करावं. घरात आपले 2 लहान मुलं भांडतायत, दोघांना सेपरेट करून त्यांना बसवावं आणि समजावं. ही सर्वात पहिले तर ही अपेक्षा आहे की हे झाल्यामुळे काय होईल, जे आता व्हायलन्स चालू तो व्हायलन्स थांबेल, जाळपोळ चालू आहे ती थांबेल, ते झाल्यावरती पीसफुल डायलॉग चालू. तर ती अपेक्षा आहे.
कुठला ग्रुप आहे इकडे, हा सगळा कुठला ग्रुप आहे,
तर आत्ता आम्ही एक जमा झाला, हे मैत्री ग्रुप आहे. मी पुण्याचा आहे, मी पुणेरी आहे. तर माझी अशी बायको आहे, ही मैत्री आहे. तर म्हणून मी या ग्रुपबरोबर आलेलो आहे ते. तर मागणी आता हेच आहे की व्हायलन्स थांबावा आणि पीस व्हावं. तर मैत्री आणि तुर्कीमध्ये आता सगळं व्हायलन्स चालू आहे.
काय काय त्रास या मणिपुरी तरुणींना सहन करावा?
तर माझे जे हे आहेत इनलॉज आहेत त्यांना घर सोडून एक कॅम्पमध्ये तिकडे आमच्या नार्कोटिक्सच्या इकडे राहतात, तिकडनं ते ह्याला कॅम्पमध्ये जाऊन तिकडे त्यांनी आश्रय घेतला. ऑलमोस्ट आय थिंक 3-4 दिवस होते आणि त्याच्यानंतर परत आले. कारण काय सगळं जाळपोळ करत त्या साईडला आपलं फळिंग वगैरे त्या साईडला जाळपोळ होती, तर तिकडनं हे सगळं झालं. त्याच्यानंतर आमचे एक कझिन आहेत, तर म्हणजे माझ्या बायकोचे कझिन आहेत, तर त्यांचे फॅमिलीचं घर अख्खं जाळलं गेलं. तर ते तिकडनं सगळं सोडून पुण्याला शिफ्ट झाले आमचा. तर आता तिकडे रिस्टोर झालं सगळं किंवा परत जायचं म्हणतात. ते चुरशानपूरचे आहेत, तर तिकडे हे सगळं चाललं आहे.
आज ही सगळी जी लोक जमा झाली ही कुठली आहेत, हे काय काय करतात?
तर सगळे जमा झाले ते वेरियस प्रोफेशन्समध्ये आहेत. सगळे इंजिनियर्स आहेत, आम्ही प्रोफेसर्स आहोत काही काही, असे सगळे वेगळे ह्याचे आहेत. तर मैतेई कम्युनिटीचे सगळे आता मी जमा झालो आहे ह्याच्यासाठीच की एक पीसफुल प्रोटेस्ट करतो आहे आम्ही की गव्हर्नमेंट येऊन इंटरव्हेन्शन करावं ह्याच्यासाठी. माझं नाव आशुतोष जुवळे आहे, मी पुण्याचाच आहे. आशुतोष जुवळे.
So scared. Probably I might be the first one who's coming with all both sides of the story.
Let's go and review and please tell me if there is some information within that I need to redact. I don't want to put that in the paper because I don't want anybody in this crowd to have any sort of trouble because of me writing it. Because these kind of things, they're very, it's very sensitive.
What is the most is the humanitarian crisis that has uncovered because of the violence, and this has affected all communities, irrespective of caste, creed, religion, tribe, age, or gender. And we have seen the people who have been distressed, displaced at this time. They are the ones who are going through immense hardship, and also the future for them is quite dark. The livelihood has been stolen, the houses burned, they have nowhere to go. So we as Manipuris and as Indians, it is our duty to comfort them and help them a sense of hope in this time of despair. This is what I would request. And also coming to Manipur as such, like we have seen upheavals from time to time, but here this time it is a question of the integrity of Manipur, and we cannot compromise on that. Each side has their own perspective to this problem, but we all know that without peace this cannot happen. So the prerequisite to a solution or a resolution of this problem is peace in the first place. So I would like to appeal to the government, the state government, the central government, and all the people involved to come to a negotiating table so that we can amicably solve this problem, because without that we are going nowhere. And we need to, like I said, so to quote Andre Gide, he says that it is very easy to lead men to combat by stirring up their passion rather than restraining them to patiently bring about peace. So, as we all know, it is very difficult at this point of time for the two communities to meet together, but like Geeta has said, that in certain pockets we have started it, which is a very good initiative, and we as Meitei Nupi Lup, the whole, the lookout for us is to help each other so that we can somehow bring the two factions to a negotiating table. And also the central government and the state government has to look into the different aspects, including the demand for ST status by the Meiteis, the deforestation of our forest rampantly, and for cultivating poppies and hemp, which is illegal, and also the influx of illegal immigrants from the porous borders from different areas. And what we want is peace, and we want the future generation to not see this violence, turmoil, and insecurities. We want the future generation of Manipur to wake up to a Manipur which is thriving, which is prosperous, which is progressive, and not subjected to the present situation of guns, drugs, and distrust. So I would appeal to everybody who is present out here to help bring these communities together so that all of us can coexist together with respect, with love and understanding for a better Manipur, work together so that we can progress as a united community rather than be divided by people from outside. And also would like to appeal to the state and the central government and also the CSOs that we have back home so that these problems are sorted out permanently so that there is no such bloodshed in future ever again. Thank you very much.
Kindly change over now. Yes, I would like to call
Manipuri community in Pune is protesting against the violence that is happening, and specifically the Meitei community. And now we are going to talk with all the people from the community. And first of all, we will go to a victim who was there when all of this was happening. Your good name?
My name is Robert Krishna.
You were there when the entire violence was happening. So what is the first time experience and what have you seen over there?
Well, the experience is life-threatening. Heart-made, the violence broke out. It was a pre-planned ethnic cleansing done by the so-called Muslims. Not even a single house of destroyed.
I would like to call upon Mr. who is specifically my work who is a part of would like to share his wants and views and how much like his wife of
That's true. Well, we still hope. However, it's a very sad to see that not a single one has been I think it is not necessary to say this, but I think it is, from my point of view, very necessary to remind that Manipur is also violent.
What do you have to say about narcotics?
strikes with my wife,
The protest is
who
based on
is
what you have
from
to say.
Manipur, who is
Well, meet long in
and
Chilatan
I know the pain and anguish her family has undergone. So much of pain, so much of anguish. Again, as I said, family has lost everything. The financial scars, emotional scars, the mental scars will take a long time to heal. The people of Manipur, which is, I include myself as part of that, need a lot of love and compassion. I had prepared a few things, but I'm speaking straight from the heart. And I feel for our friends here, we have a very good group of friends, how much pain and anguish they have undergone. All, as I said, this is going to take a long time, but we need the support of the Indian government, specifically people who are at the helm of affairs, who are decision makers, to come and support the people and take a stand and end this violence. We are here for peace. I can share with you, I have been to Imphal so many times. It's a beautiful state, it's a beautiful city, and the amount of love and warmth I have got there, I have not got from any other state. So this is something on behalf of us who are not born in Imphal, who are non-Manipuris. I am speaking on their behalf, that we stand with you. We undergo that pain and anguish which each one of you feel. Our heart is bleeding as much as all of you. And I can only pray to the Almighty that may God give us the support, and may the Indian government come forward and end this. We don't want this to happen. I know the future of people are at stake. So many things have been lost. All we can do is pray, and we stand with you in each and every moment. I don't have any other words. My heart is bleeding. But I stand with all my brothers and sisters here. I am a part of you, and we feel your pain and anguish, and we want this to come to an end as soon as possible. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Anand. Despite the fact that you are not a Meitei or Manipuri, you still had to come here and share your pain, give us a moral support. It is a need of the hour. Our next speaker, we have Rohan Philem, who is a humanitarian and also a cyclist. We have especially called him here to share his viewpoint. Can I please request Mr. Rohan to share his?
Good evening, everyone. Anamba media singse dum akoi saidagi interview anamana piramina ai Manipuri do ina katang mayam se ngasidi Manipuri do na haizarage dahan Mumbai ki dasu ai clearly thamgibani akoi gi religious ki oiba conflict si hojik su leptri to basi adu akoi su Meitei Christian sing su hojik si kara vocal oiba hogan na le first procedure first step amo oina akoi si hojik jantar mantar da yamna thuba matam da Meitei Christian sing si punchillaga tawriba war si koi Churchanpur dagi koi gi victim amasu hojik ta wangang biri ko ma masamok ki proof na dum haire Meitei eba Meitei se sida Meitei Hindu thidre Meitei Sanamism thidre Meitei Christian eba thidre Churchanpur da leiba yum gai loi takhairaga hojik se tum grabne sida around 150 to 160 Meitei Christian gi yum yawi despite being the fact that moisi Meitei Christian ni noi religion akoi religion punbani ne introduce tawraga su kaishu mo entertain tawtre ado hojik khogi guki gi chelino mayam amana moina pau sando pagan dadi church si mai tha akoi Meitei Christian je kyam yam na victim hoige da mayam kuki gi church si tara mai tha ba Meitei Christian gi church se sauna ba gi community id ani mag na akoi Meitei gi influence na maga thai se around 230 mo mayam ado si gi data is about even asomda PIL file tawbada sizinanabane na moina dum akhoi si victim ID sandwich pun oiraga leirabane aduna hojik akoina jantar mantar da haige na khaliba paujal se moina Christian card se sizinaraga asomda di mapalamda US dagi England dagi akoi Christian di kari lege kanda Kerala da Christian amada asopama nange haisu Manipur dagi Christian amana lupa ma hapa isi chanei ba koi di aduna asomda moina dugi Christian card myam do sizinaraga di pau se amma ID aranda phongle. So our message is that we have been also taking a very active role telling both sides of the stories. So one cookie lady so angrily called me and said, Rohan, you don't feel ashamed of yourself being a Christian? Around 300 churches got burned down. Why are you not speaking up for yourself? I said, I am so ashamed of myself as a Christian. Yes, it is a matter of fact that more than 300 churches has been burned down. But why didn't you never told the story to the media that you have also burned so important mandirs, around 18 to 21 important mandirs? Noi Meitei is it don't noi kay hide I also give always this answer back. And another point of fact is when I speak, I really don't go with emotions. I always go with the facts and figure because I have all the number datas with me. They are always angry. Why do Rohan, why are you claiming us or why are you leveling us as poppy planters? I said, I believe it is not us calling you poppy planters. It is the data of government which is leveling you as poppy planters. Because out of 15,400 acres of land which was found to be poppy cultivated in the soil of Manipur, 13,122, I'm specifically telling you the number, 13,122 acres were from the Kuki dominated area, which is almost 85% of the land belongs to the Kuki dominated area. So which this clearly proves the fact that they are almost all of them are included. Now again, another Kuki brother said, how do you level us and why do you call us illegal immigrants? I said, brother, we are not leveling all the Kukis as illegal immigrants. We are also educated. We also know our history and facts that you have been living with us for centuries and for decades. We know that. But let me clearly tell you this from a person who has experienced the real field scenario. On 2021, in the month of April, I'm telling you the specific date also. It was on 26th of April. I won't name the name of the organization because they'll be so shameful, quoting their name right now. This student organization, a tribal student organization, called me up and they were actually asking me for help because I'm a humanitarian at that time. And I have been running a campaign called Feeding the Hungry campaign, where I was feeding all the homeless people in Manipur. So on the ground of humanity, they called me to help out some people who were refugees in the More area, More town itself. So I went there as a person. And I happened to find around 3,000, 4,000 Kuki illegal immigrants coming there and settling there in so many, small camps and houses. And that too, I'm not just making up a make-up story. I was the one who went there and helped out. So they can never deny the fact that they are not illegal immigrants. So I'm going to ask them the question, who are these 3,000, 4,000 people whom I have helped in that moment? This also clearly gives the facts and figure that there are very high number of influx illegal immigrants coming in Manipur, trying to break the territorial integrity of Manipur. Now I'll tell you two very important thing. Today we are coming here not just as a Meiteis, we are coming here as a Manipuri. And the difference between coming here in this place as a Manipuri is that from years and centuries we have been fighting not to break the territorial integrity of Manipur. Manipur ki ngangkhai kai ba ya roina ne ba koina Meitei ai ba wakhando thado ganda Manipur ki ngangkhai ai se Manipuri moina. We don't want to break the territorial integrity of Manipur, and that's what we have been fighting on. Now we are coming here today, sparing all the time. I came all the way from Vadodara. I took a flight from Ahmedabad and flew here. leaving all things behind, because I felt and I felt that this is my very first topmost priority. We are coming here into the banner of peace, narco-terrorism, peace, Santi but wherever see the banners and the flyers and everything that Kuki brothers and sisters moina purakpasing it's about pieces. Macet thugai be banner na to purakpane moin purakpa banners Manipur to khai tajarage we want to do a separate administration. We want to we don't want to live among the Meiteis, which really implies the message of pieces but not peace. But we, as a Meitei, as a Manipuri, we have been fighting so much for the peace and territorial integrity of Manipur, and that's the difference of us and them. Yesterday, I was thinking, should I speak this or not? But I felt like I need to do this. And I don't know if my media friends who are present here would be happy to hear this or not. मेरा एक very important message है हमारा आदरणीय प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी के लिए. आज उसने एक मीटिंग दिया हमारा वो कैबिनेट मिनिस्टर्स और यूनियन मिनिस्टर्स के साथ में. वो बहुत अच्छा है. We felt so happy seeing that meeting. 5 दिन का पहले 5 days back, a bomb burst out in the bordering district of Chorachandpur and Bishnupur. And in that bomb blast, a cow died. Sanamashiyeva. Bomb blast to die. I want to tell this in Hindi also. I want to tell this in English also. I want to tell this in Manipuri also. It's very small chord. हमारे आदरणीय प्रधानमंत्री जी, यदि आपको हमारा परवाह नहीं है तो कृपया गांवों के देखभाल करो. Our Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji, if you are not caring for us humans and the citizens of Manipur, a cow has started to die in Manipur. Please take care of the cow. मैं एक बार में बता दूंगी हिंदी इंग्लिश में. Cows have started dying in Manipur. If Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji is not coming to an attention for citizens of India and from the state of Manipur, he at least needs to start taking care of the cows there in Manipur, because cows have started dying in Manipur. Aduna akoi Honorable Prime Minister dai haijening base akoi gi damakta ma wangangning on the way. I don't know the agenda. Medal phangadi second kamoi my photos hapa photos alana thagalakani medal phangi ba mi duga adai my photo duga dum chawrak na manana ko ado akhoi hojik se more than the many ethnic fights going on in Manipur. Gujarat riot was just for 3 days. Some ethnic fights ended in just 5 to 10 days. We have been suffering for almost 2 months. We have never heard any single word from our prime ministers. So we really wanted to draw his attention in this moment. Yang nungaite tasena Manipur gi chilnaw ma'am. Hojik aidi emotion je heaven na ai je emotion na wangang da na mo hona bane. Kai no dai yari emotion da wangang da si phatkan de to na facts and figure mayam je palla ga tawra ganda ngang bane. Adu sometimes emotion da chakke tawe. Ai mayam da phatta ba injin jabati na chade. I see why je everywhere I go I used to tell this. Akoi Pune da mayam ma lei ai su mapan da mayam ma chali paisa tan ba dei mayam gi sheba toba adagi nungai ba punsi maren lavish lifestyle. Iram da imale ba to na macet tar ganda mathong maram ta khangdar ganda hayeng wai ai chai su duna kadai da thung muduino kari no ai chai duna hayeng Manipur da taw do no na khangdar kan je da akoi na tale ba paisa, whatever we are earning, whatever the fame that we are having, it's not going to be of no use. So I really thank all the Manipuris who have turned up today, thinking that saving the territorial integrity of Manipur is a prime purpose, and standing up as a Manipuri to console peace in Manipur as a prime purpose. Lakpibagi damakta ay ngamkhali tan thagatchari ay ngangning badi mayam ama leiri sidagi hena sensitive oiba pot mayam su khoi jantar mantar da akhoi Meitei Christian singi protester. We are trying to speak up everything without hiding anything, both side of the story akhoi torakini. Aduga one more thing that I wanted to appeal is akhoi hojik Meitei amaga adumai akhoi Meitei na Manipur khanbai changje mayam ti yengbiu ko even mayam the wangang ma he Meitei sizina ganu Manipuri hayu nagagi chelenau singna waro gini kuki na waro gini atopa jati na waro gini akhoi yam khanbane adu khanbadu na ne akhoi ngasi Manipur gi ngamkhoi kai ba ya roina khoi sum tawleis aduna aina su maruina ngasi lakpe be chelenau singda aina haijan basa akhoi amana ama soganasi amana amagi asoiba mayam ama leinaragasu madu hayeng ichelinao warak nabagi type ta ichelinao table da phamaga chama tha kana khoi warak nabagi type ta adugi matam thamasi hojikti khwaidagi achoba threat khwaidagi achoba akhoi kahani thabak na tongan na thamraga punchina even punchi bawa tongan na thamra khwaidagi achoba target set Manipur he kai matam da khoi loima punchi mangmuga chamana doi aduna masida as one voice, one mind, one soul. Ako'y punna lan tengnamin na si. Aduga ay nasu yam toy haijab ako'y hetong si yari ba makay ako'y si ako'y tong dabay ata ba itaw dami ni hayraga ako'y tongmin na si ay ba wafam si tamjaraga ay mayam ding ngaming manido madam su limited oil nina kino toge aduga ay bu sida ako'y punegi ako'y Nupi Lup sing na ako'y jejal imay bel mayam na ibu taja biraga wafam sida katang asemba chumba kara hai na nabagi damakta kawbira pasi ayam thagatchari ay ja sembagi di Parul University hai ba university da su ay se wangang makot pa si program se continuous laboring ngasi ay mi lusing mga chani da wangang ka tamni do ay ngasi tukto mga mi do natin maruwari se ako'y Manipur praja mayang gyan taan ba duga ako'y Manipur kita mato chong to kasi na maruwari nang kalaga ay makum sida ngasi laksa ba ne aduga ay nasu ay chak mo phom khudi magta ngak mo phom khudi magta community ki conflict si matang nang daraga su environment ki agenda da pusin laga poppy plantation na chingba adagi national security threat oi ba koi illegal immigrants na changpa masi just sumadagi koi Manipur Meitei khatta da singnarak banate this is a direct threat to the national security threat so every Indian has a responsibility in doing this who knows today is Manipur tomorrow someday it might be in any part of India you can't guarantee it so we must really look into this very carefully. Amkan na yung khalita na thagatchari aduga koi punna lanteng menasi aduga Manipur mangkai kai dana koi kan hona menasi loshila pada idi khon pen na haitare ko Manipur mangkai kai be yaroi Manipur mana yai fare aduga don't live Manipur aduga lore pada Bharat Mata ki jai asisu tak koi amenas Manipur ki ngam khai Manipur ki ngam khai Manipuri mana Manipuri mana Manipuri mana long live Manipur long live Manipur Bharat Mata ki jai Bharat Mata ki jai Bharat Mata ki jai thank you
Thank you, Rohan. Just adding to what Rohan has said while I was coming to the venue, I saw this poster wherein our Mr. Prime Minister is there on the poster and there it's written, one earth, one family, one nation, one future, sorry, one earth, one family, one future. But where is the future of Manipur here? Right now we are burning for the last 55 days. The central government is not there. Our Home Minister, Mr. Amit Shah, has called in our representative from the northeastern states, the leader, but the Prime Minister himself was not there. He went to the US, he went to the Egypt. But where was he when he called in for the meeting? Did he ever visit our state like how he visited Orissa when a train accident happened? Where is our future? The poster said one earth, one nation, one future. But where is the future of Manipur? Our future are the youths that are there, the children who are there not attending schools for the past 2 months. Why are we still saying we have future? I don't see any future in Manipur. We don't want to become another Tripura here, right? We are indigenous Meitei community here. We want to save our Manipur. We want to save our integrity. We want to have a better tomorrow. But Mr. Prime Minister has been paying a deaf ear, blind eye. He has not even thought of visiting the state, calling in both the communities and trying to work out to restore the peace. Adding on to this, I would like to call in Mr. Ashutosh Duare, who is a Maharashtrian in heart, but a Meitei, birth by Maharashtrian, but at heart he is a Manipuri. I would like him to share a few words in Marathi so that the message reaches to all the Marathi settled here in Maharashtra. Mr. Ashutosh Duare. Okay, apologies. Mr. Ashutosh is busy interacting with the media. I would like to call upon our next speaker, Mr. Karan Rawal.
तेव्हा वाटतं एरियामध्ये जाळपोळ चालू होईल म्हणून ते गेले होते. ते आले परत. मग माझ्या वाईफची जी कझिन आहेत तर ते त्यांची फॅमिली आहे जाळलं आणि जाळून त्या पाठवलं पुण्याला आहे आणि आता पुण्याला ते आता प्रेझिडेंट पुण्याला आहे. आता मागे जाऊन खायला वगैरे काहीच जे आहे त्या कळलं गेलं. मैडम आप कब
हमारा पहला मान है माहौल ऐसा बनाया जाए ताकि दोनों तरफ का नेगोशिएशन आने आए. इसके लिए बहुत ज़रूरी है कि क्योंकि मिलिटेंट्स से और मिलिटेंट्स फ्रॉम द वैली कोर्ट और सिविलियन से आर्म्स
when there was international recognition for Manipur, when there was a recognition done by the recent event which was happened as a Ukrul, I would say, for a Shiroi lily, where this lily is only grown and it's only in Manipur. But somehow I have to speak about the violence which is happening, which is destroying thousands of families. Crores of infrastructure has been lost. Not only infrastructure, but the aspirations, the future, the life, the youngsters. Everything is fallen apart. It has taken a lot for Manipur to come a long way. And now, because of this situation which is happening in Manipur, it is taking Manipur 50 years back in 50 days, I would say. Every day, 1 year, Manipur is going back. That is very disappointing. Each day, Manipuri people, they have to ask for protection and violence. That is very disheartening. If this was supposed to happen in Maharashtra, I would ask a question to the Maharashtrians. Marathi माणसे जागे व्हा. इथेही तुम्ही लक्ष देऊ शकता. तो जो मराठी माणूस आहे, त्यांचा जो सिंगम आहे, जेव्हा तिथे सटकली, and he doesn't listen to anyone, then he protects his family. So why the Singhams are not there in Manipur? So I think as being born and brought up here, I'll still say some few things about Manipur which I would like to share. Manipur is a state which is undefeated. Never ever it was conquered by anyone. It is a victorious state. There is a Shiroi lily which I personally love a lot because that is the flower that is grown only in one particular altitude, and it's not grown in anywhere in the world. The Shanghai deer is only found in Manipur. Now, Manipur itself, the word is a gem of Bharat culture. It was very well known as Eastern Trade Gate. Now, such a marvelous and wonderful state is on fire. And why my brothers and sisters have to feel left out? My question is, why we are seeing Northeast and Manipur district as left out? Why my brothers are getting this feeling? Why my sisters are getting a feeling that they are left out? Let me tell you all, Manipuri sitting over here. I am not a Manipuri, I am a Rajasthani, my wife is a Manipuri. I am born and brought up in Pune, Maharashtra. So I am a nation. So on basis of that nation, I would say, no one in Manipur, each sisters and brothers are not left out. There are many brothers and sisters like me who stand with you and will stand with you. And if need be, even if there's a situation of a war, we will come there from here. Because the war here is not about, we are not trying to kill your innocent people. Like the Gandhi said, an eye for an eye will make this world blind. That is what we all are here for. We don't want another eye to be removed from the people. One eye. I don't know how many people know the movie called as Krantikari. Very nice movie of Nana Patekar. Again, my Maharashtrian brothers and sisters, तुम्हाला माहितीच असेल क्रांतिकारी जी मूवी आहे त्याच्यामध्ये एक सीन आहे. देयर इज अ व्हेरी नाइस सीन इन क्रांतिकारी मूवी जिसमें neighbors are fighting with neighbors. The people who are celebrating the what we call the festivals of different communities together, but because of the riots they are killing each other. When they used to eat in one plate, they are killing their own neighbors. In that movie there is the scene when Nana Patekar comes and he picks up the finger, stabs the finger, then he picks up the other guy, stabs his finger and says, mix this blood and tell me who is who. I am ready to remove my blood. I am ready to remove my blood right here. And I am telling you, anyone from my brothers and sisters, if they remove their blood and my blood is one. That is the Bharat blood. This is not going to be flown because of nonsense terrorism which is happening there. So, although this is peace, this can happen if there is a very aggressive action taken against narco-terrorists and illegal immigrants. The way there is a protection in sensitive areas of India, Manipur also needs a border protection. Manipur also needs a barrier to see that illegal immigrants do not come into our nation and create these kinds of nonsense. I would not shed a tear, not because that I am not hurt or not because I feel bad about it. I would like to use a statement. Bal Gandharva Tilak, he said, Swaraj is my birthright and I shall have it. Right? So I would say, this is our nation. No one in this group, it's my humble request to all Manipuri brothers and sisters, whoever is listening in any corner of the world or nation. Let me tell you, in Pune itself, thousands of Manipuri stays. So this is almost like a little part of Manipur only. Right? So, you are not left out. The government should feel left out. If they do not do their job well, if the authorities do not respond to the situation well, they are the one whom we are going to leave alone. But we are going to stay together. They are not there for a long time. It's a democratic country for people, by the people, of the people. So who is going to be left out is the leaders who are not potential to take care of the situation, and not we. So I would say, in the past, colonization when it came, there was a very quote from a famous quote, "Ye mat bhool, divide and rule." This we will not entertain again. This should not happen. We are a country with a diverse nation, but we are not divided. We are one, and we are going to stay one. With this, I give my closing remark. I will say, Vithobaची पालखी चाललेली आहे आता. So, if you know, there are lakhs of pilgrimage people who are doing warkaris for Vithoba, a very powerful Saint Gnaneshwar, going to Pandharpur. Same way there's Pakanba who gives strength in Manipur. So Vidoba and Pakanba, they are all with us. So we are going to fight this together. Nobody is alone here. We are together. People who are going to be left alone are the authorities and the bodies who are not going to support us, not hear the voice. And with due respect to Prime Minister, I am not part of any party or anything. I am going to tell one thing. 190 countries supported for the peace wall to be created in USA, where he went as a representative. I really feel very proud to say that it's a great thing. But let me tell, this wall is useless if you do not have peace in your own nation. With this I close my talk, and thank you so much. God bless us all. Jai Hind, Jai Maharashtra, and Jai Manipur.
Thank you, Mr. Rawal. Our next speaker, I would like to call upon Mr. Ashutosh Duwari, who is a Maharashtrian. He would be speaking in Marathi, trying to reach out to all the Marathis staying in Maharashtra.
ब्रह्मजली नमस्कार. माझं नाव आशुतोष आहे. मी पुण्याचाच आहे. माझी वाईफ मैतेई आहे, म्हणून मी या प्रोटेस्टमध्ये तुमच्यावर आलोय. तर ओके, तर माझी वाईफ मैतेई आहे, तर त्याच्यासाठी मी या प्रोटेस्टमध्ये आलो यांच्याबरोबर. मणिपूरमध्ये आत्ता 3 मे पासनं आजपर्यंत ऑलमोस्ट 50 डेज प्लस झाले आणि सगळीकडे जाळपोळ चालू आहे, व्हायलन्स चालू आहे, इंटरनेट बंद आहे 50 दिवस. आपलं 5 मिनिटं इंटरनेट गेलं तरी आपल्याला असं वाटतं की तुम्ही लोक फोन करता, सगळं करता. इकडे ऑलमोस्ट 50 डेजच्या वर इंटरनेट नाहीये. सगळ्यांचे हाल चाललेले आहेत, खायला प्यायला मिळत नाहीये. ठिकठिकाणी रेफ्युजी कॅम्प सारखे बनवलेले आहेत, जिकडे सगळ्यांना इव्हॅक्युएट करून नेतायत, ठेवतायत थोडे दिवस. सिच्युएशन शांत झालं त्या एरियामध्ये की परत आणतायत, असं सगळं चाललंय. माझे स्वतःचे जी ही आहे, म्हणजे माझ्या बायकोचे जे पॅरेंट्स आहेत, तर ह्यांनाही एका रेफ्युजी कॅम्पमध्ये 4 दिवसासाठी ठेवलं होतं. तिकडनं ते परत आले. तर असं सगळ्या गोष्टी चालल्यात आणि या सगळ्या गोष्टींमध्ये मेन सेंट्रल गव्हर्नमेंटने येऊन इंटरव्हीन करावं ही माझी अपेक्षा आहे. कारण जोपर्यंत आपले मोदीजी आहेत, मोदीजी येऊन जोपर्यंत ह्याच्यामध्ये मणिपूरमध्ये म्हणजे जात नाहीत, तोपर्यंत पीस होईल असं मला वाटत नाही. आपले अमित शहा जी आहेत ते गेले होते, पण त्यांचे टॉक झाले, त्याच्यानंतर पुढे काही अजून झालेलं नाहीये. अजूनही जाळपोळ चालू आहे. जरा शांत झालं की परत येतं वरती, असं होतंय. तर माझी रिक्वेस्ट तरी अशी आहे की मोदीजी तुम्ही प्लीज जावा आणि मणिपूरला जाऊन तिकडे सगळं सेटल होऊ दे. म्हणजे असं आपल्या घरामध्ये आपले 2 लहान मुलं असतील, दोघं एकामेकांशी भांडत असतील, तर आपण ऍज अ पॅरेंट काय करतो, तर जाऊन आधी दोन्ही मुलांना सेपरेट करतो, त्यांना बसवतो शांत, त्यांचा राग थंड करतो आणि नंतर आपण त्यांच्याशी बोलतो बाबा काय झालं. तर तसं मणिपूरमध्ये जाऊन सगळे वेगवेगळ्या कम्युनिटीज ज्या आहेत आता, ज्याच्यामध्ये मैत्री आणि दुसऱ्या बाकीच्या कम्युनिटीमध्ये ज्यात हे चाललंय, काय म्हणतात ते क्लॅश चाललाय, तर मेन सेंट्रल गव्हर्नमेंटने जाऊन इंटरव्हीन करून सगळं तसं शांत करावं आणि शांत केल्यानंतर पुढे त्याच्यानंतर पीसफुल टॉक्स चालू करावे. आता ह्याच्यामध्ये भरपूर वेगवेगळे ऍस्पेक्ट्स पण आहेत. म्हणजे आता तुम्ही बघितलं असेल तर इथे नार्को टेररिझम लिहिलंय, इलिगल इमिग्रंट्स लिहिलंय. तर म्यानमारमधनं भरपूरसे इलिगल इमिग्रंट्स आलेले आहेत, त्यांनाही बाहेर काढायला पाहिजे, त्यासाठी NRC आणावं. त्याच्यानंतर जे नार्को टेररिझम आहे, तर मणिपूरमध्ये भरपूर पॉपी प्लांटेशन आहे. का आणि कुठे, तर ते हिल्समध्ये आहे भरपूर. मैतेई सगळे राहतात व्हॅलीजमध्ये. हिल्समध्ये कोण राहतं, तर बाकी ट्राईब्स आणि हे सगळे राहतात. तर मग ऑब्व्हियसली हे जे सगळं पॉपी प्लांटेशन कुणाचं असेल, तरी आपले जे CM आहेत बिरेन सिंग जे आहेत, तर त्यांनी मागच्या 2017 पासून आतापर्यंत ऑलमोस्ट 15,000+ एकर्स ऑफ पॉपी प्लांटेशन जे आहे ते सगळं डिस्ट्रॉय केलंय. पण तरी अजूनही होत चाललंय. तर ते सगळं डिस्ट्रॉय करून वन्स अँड फॉर ऑल हे सगळं थांबावं आणि अख्खा स्टेटमध्ये पीस यावी ही अपेक्षा आहे माझी. ह्याच्याने काय होईल, तर आपलेच जे भाऊ बंधू आहेत तिकडे इंडियन्स आहेत, आपण नेहमी म्हणतो आत्ता G20 मध्ये चाललंय की वासुदेव कुटुंबकम. तर ह्याच्यामध्ये आपण हेच म्हणतोय ना, 1 वर्ल्ड 1 फॅमिली 1 फ्युचर. तर आता हे जे म्हणतोय आपण ते आपलं इंडियापासून चालू करावं, राईट. तर ही अपेक्षा आहे माझी आणि ही रिक्वेस्ट पण आहे मोदीजींना की प्लीज जाऊन तिकडे सगळं सेटल करावं. थँक्यू.
Thank you, Mr. Ashutosh. Today's last speaker that we have with us, amongst us, is one of those victims who have fled, who have fled from Churachandpur, the epicenter of the violence, who has lost her home on the night of May 3, stayed at a relief camp after having spent 2 nights at a police station nearby their home. They have made their way alive to Pune. They were wearing just the dress that they were wearing when they left their home. Their houses were burnt down, their shops were burnt down right in front of them. Their newly bought car was burnt down by the cookie militants. I would like Mr. Maishnam to share the ordeal that his family faced on that day, what actually happened that night, and how they have reached Pune. Mr. Maishnam, please take over the mic.
Sunang kata pasal mo niya mo.
Ay Manipur sudah ke Western kagaya saja. Kaya naluwi na kang that on 3rd May, Meitei community is totally wiped out from Churachandpur district, not only from Churachandpur, from all district where Kuki dominated district, Senhaida, Kampupi, Moray, etc. Well, I can say that it is strategically planned to wipe out all the Meitei community. Ethnic cleansing. The word ethnic cleansing has been used by them first, but I'll prove you today that the ethnic cleansing was done by them, not by us. It was strategically planned, pre-planned to wipe out all this Meitei community in Churachandpur. In fact, you will not find a single house standing in Churachandpur district, Moray and Kampupi. Please keep in mind, whenever I say Churachandpur, it includes all the other districts which is dominated by the Kuki militants. Because I do not stand here as the only victim of Churachandpur. I stand here for all the victims who is suffering in Manipur. Yes, it was a painful night which will be stuck in my mind forever. And it was a life-threatening which I faced. And our house were not only burned down. When I say our house again, I'm mentioning of all the houses which was burned down in all the district. You will not find a single house standing now, because our house were not only burned down, it is demolished, bulldozed, and yeah. I don't know what is the motive behind of all bulldozing the house. It's very strange, but I was feeling it very strange. In fact, I speak with the security advisor. Me personally speak with the security advisor. I do have a call recording complaining why there is a bias treatment. Because I feel like there is a bias treatment. The reason I say bias treatment is because whatever the house which has been burned down in repercussion on 4th May occurred by this, done by our so-called Meitei community to Kuki community, is still standing tall. The house which has been burned down is still standing tall. But all the houses which has been burned down in Churachandpur, Moray and Kampupi is all it's no more. It's make as a playing field. So I called to the security advisor asking him why there's a bias treatment. And it's very funny that he replied me saying that no house has been destroyed. I can assure you that.
But I have to, when I say that, sir, I have this video which totally show that there is no house standing now. Then he just hang up the phone. That was the treatment which we were given. Biased treatment were given, which we cannot deny that. Having said that, I will also like to say, tell you the episode how we survive. Our generation, we've been living in Churachandpur from third generation. The reason why we live in Churachandpur from third generation, there are many other Meitei community which is financially sound enough to stay in our Imphal Valley and Moirang in a safer zone, let's say. But we stay there with the aim of protecting our identity, our Meitei identity, because we are very much aware that once we sell our land, our property, we cannot get back because of the MLTR, Manipur Land Revenue Act, which we are aware that of all the Meitei community which is staying in the Churachandpur district. So from third generation, we've been living there. So I also stand in front of all of you very proudly, saying that I am one of the safeguards of our Meitei identity in Churachandpur district. So on that night, since we've been living for very long, we know the mindset of our so-called Cookie brothers. Looking back in the history, in 1997, there is a conflict between Cookie and Meitei, and as well as Cookie and Naga, Cookie and Ma, never ending. So, as you can see, what their mindset is that whenever there's a violence broke out, they will attack house, they will burn house. So looking back on the history, whoever is residing Meitei community are very much aware that if there is any conflict is happening, which we heard on third May around 1 o'clock, then all our Meitei community are very much aware of their mindset. So we move out from our own house at a safer place. And so it is correct that our house were all burned down. They never changed. And I start calling at around 5 p.m. From 5 p.m. Deputy Commissioner, SP, and this BSF CO, and as well as 27 Sector Assam Rifle. Believe me or not, I don't receive a single help. We do not receive a single help. 5 p.m. we start calling. Evacuation started at 2 a.m. 2 a.m. We were left there to die. We were left there to die. Yes, I'm so happy and blessed by Almighty. Akwai Churachandpurda lai rau bum ma lei kai sai la kai su mam tok la kai dei ne ai Churachandpur lai rau bum lei ibu tho so si ai raga akwai lai ri ba Churachandpurda lai ba Meitei macham me am do ngasi ne khan ba da ibu do da kan ba gini ai na su khan je. We were safe that night. Okay, if you're talking about, our demand, our Meitei demand. Our demand is free from drugs, free from terrorists, and free from illegal migrants. I feel for a safer place and as Manipur to be developed, it is a very fair demand and as well as pataba demand to yaw dina sidadi. And what are their demand? I want separate state. That is their demand. Why? Because we all know that Churachandpur and hill area, all other hill, I don't want to say hill area, I'm so sorry, I'm naming it hill area, because Manipur has been characterized by the planning commission that it's a hill area. There's no valley or hill. It's a hill area. So all the Haiba Kuki dominated area, I'll say Kuki dominated area, the poppy plantation has been going on. They want a separate state, Kuki Lane. The reason why they want a separate state of Kuki Lane is because they want the places to be drug economy center. Churachandpur, I have encountered many incidents where youth has been destroyed by drugs, where youth has been selling drugs openly, early in the morning, evening, and as well as they were injecting this drug openly on road. I've also encountered one incident early in the morning where a lady was carrying a 2-year-old child, and in front of a ICICI bank, she was injecting that syringe openly in front, and she passed out, and the 2-year baby was crying. I picked the baby up, I went inside my bag. Then after that, I waked the lady up and I said to get out. So that is the atmosphere of Churachandpur affected by the drugs. I don't know why they don't want to fight with us, along with us together, against the drug. It is very strange to me. Because in any way, their youth has been destroyed, their youth are destroyed, it is still affecting. So I feel very strange why Kuki communities do not want to fight against the drug together by joining hands. So, and coming on terrorism is highly active after the 1997 Kuki war, Kuki and Meitei conflict. The Jedare Zombie Revolutionary Army was formed. They become very active, and as well as extortion. Akwai dadum extortion tawrai, non-tribal dadum extortion tawrai. Land we Meitei Machasing Laiba, we still pay tax. Land akwai isari lamdo, although we pay tax in Churachandpur. We pay tax. If we do not pay tax, we were terrorized by the many group of terrorist party, Jadare, KNA, UKLF, KNO, many more. So terrorism se moi dasu am kan effect on their mass moi dasu Kuki community dasu, and I feel very strange why they don't want to fight together against the terrorism. Very strange. And I'm coming to the illegal migrant. Illegal migrant, if you want me to tell you, illegal migrant is influx of this illegal migrant is true. You can find many villages forming Churachandpur, Burmese villages. Early in the morning, you can find Burmese loitering around in Old Bazaar, and as well as in New Bazaar and many other places. In Tingangpai, Mata, and as well as in Tuibong, many new villages are formed. In fact, the Jadare Zombie Revolutionary Army Hariba Moigi Paitegi militants leader itself is from Myanmar. So it is real, illegal migrant is going in. So I feel I victimized if we do not take step, if our state government and union government do not take step on illegal migrant, the race of us, the race of all Manipuris might get victim in future. So it is a high time to act, high time to act. Regarding the separate administration, I want to come to the separate administration. Separate administration is no, big no. We will not allow even a single inch of Manipur to be bred. We will not allow. Take an example, Meitei Machasing approximately of Maharashtra, you say 1,000, 2,000 Romse, they've been living, some are living from past 20 years also. How about we form a group and demand this greater Manipur in the Maharashtra itself? What would have been the reaction of the central government? They would trance us. Manipur da illegal migrant laga demanding the separate administration, so-called state, Tungamba state, Amapiu. We're so weak, we are not doing anything. But still I do not lose hope. Separate administration is no, big no. Meitei Machasing Sena, we always say like unity laite, kote, punjande, kochande. But Manipur integrity ki matang laba. We are all ready to lay down our life. Saying all of us. Because in time when we come integrity of Manipur, nobody can defeat us. I guarantee you, whoever militants stand in front of us, nobody can guarantee us. Nobody can defeat us. That is, Chauthom Nasuhaige and Laiba Aigi Cookie Brothers in the Zoo. I think it's a high time to stop living in this illusion world, thinking that they will get separate administration. No, big no. That's not happening. I'm sorry. See, I feel peace can be restored. Why not? Because when there is when there's a will, there's a way, and we cannot stop hoping. Hope sustains life. Peace can be restored. But peace, how peace can be restored is without the bias treatment. Gun house, which is located like 10 meters from SP office. On this 3rd May, there were approximately of 1,000 guns has been looted. Ammunition of more than 5,000 ammunition. FIR has been filed on 11 May. No action has been taken. CCTV, it was clearly shown that who was looting the arms. No FIR, irrespective FIR filed, no action has been taken yet. But in the media and everywhere, they have been saying that we were looting arms and all that. Yes, I condemn that. I condemn that. But how can you expect us to fight with Steve when the other person is fighting with AK-47? So if peace needs to be restored, then there should not be bias treatment. I feel our proud army and brave soldiers should do combing operation on both sides, not on single side. Because if you do on a single side, it means like you're left to die. The other person is low in order, was not there. I mean, you can go and shoot anywhere, and then the other person will have to defend with state. So in that way, peace will not be restored. So I strongly request to union government and as well as state government, please stop bias treatment, attack on narco-terrorism, attack on illegal migrants, and sue militants, revoke sue militants, then only peace can be restored. And if you're thinking about separate administration, that's not happening once again. And one more request I like to do to Sri, like Honorable PM, is that, sir, I'm not supposed to say this, but however, if you have forgotten, Manipur is also part of India, and we have proved several times in terms of sport, in terms of intellectuals, in terms of all the law-abiding citizens. So I request, do not forget, once again, Manipur is also a part of India. If I need to remind you every day, I will remind you, Manipur is a part of India. Please. Thank you.
thank you, Mr. Maishna, for taking all the pain to explain what happened. It's going back to those memories, to that night, and taking in all the courage to explain to us once again what happened on that very night and what pain they went through. It's not an easy thing for him, and especially for his family and all the families who have got their houses burnt down. They have to flee from the villages, they have to take shelter in a relief camp. Some have fled to many of their friends and families' home. They don't have a place called home when they go back to Manipur, right? So with this, we have come to a protest, but before we wind up the protest, because this voice has to reach to the center, this voice has to reach to our leaders who have been paying deaf ear and blind eyes. Because this is very important protest for us. Mayam lekar piyo.